Hi, Melrose families. It's Mrs. Harrell. Happy Friday. As we head into the weekend, I want to share with you just a few final reminders, updates, and help provide some clarification to some questions that I have been asked over the last few days. And I hope these answers are really helpful for you. The first thing that I do just want to clarify is this message is for our students attending on the hybrid schedule, which means you are coming option A1 or A2, the blue and gold schedules. If your kiddo is Generals Academy, you received a message from Karen Arvigas this afternoon communicating more specific details about Generals Academy. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about transportation, specifically with any of our kiddos that are A1s, which means that they are going to the Learning Center, the United Methodist Church. So, if your child is going to United Methodist Church on their off days from school and they ride the bus, you will put them on the bus just as if they were coming to Melrose. So, the bus routes will stay the same. Your students will be picked up. The buses will come to Melrose. Our students coming to class will exit. Our students going to the Learning Center will remain on the bus. And then the bus will have students exit the bus and enter the Learning Center. Same goes for the way home. If your child is always a bus rider and they're at the Learning Center, they will get on the bus. The bus will leave the Learning Center, come to Melrose, pick up the students at Melrose, and then the bus will go ahead and finish its route for the evening. So that's for bus riders. If your child is attending the Learning Center and they are a walker and you need them to be bused to United Methodist Church, I'm going to ask that you meet us by our crossing guard and our Melrose sign at the corner of Sunset and Melrose at no later than 8:45. The buses may be coming to drop off as early as 8:45, and we will have any walkers that do need transportation to United Methodist Church meet at this location. We might not exactly know who that is, so as you are waiting there, a staff member or myself will check in and just make sure, are you waiting to catch the bus for the Learning Center? If your child attends Generals Club is at Melrose 5 days a week. If you've already registered for Generals Club, we have you accounted in our numbers. So if you need to utilize before care and it's one of your child's off days, you will drop them off for Generals Club. And for any new families or just to communicate updated protocol, you do need to park and you need to walk your child to the front door. We will have a staff member that greets the child, and then we will go ahead and take the child down to Generals Club. From Generals Club, students attending the Learning Center will load the bus, go to the Learning Center. Same thing if they need to access Generals Club after school, we will go ahead and have the students load at the Learning Center, come to Melrose, and they will come into Generals Club. If your child is attending the Learning Center and you're a typical car rider, you will self-transport your child just as you do if your child's a car rider to Melrose. There is communication and more details on our website specifically about the Learning Center, so if you have any other questions, please check that out. I think that covers that. Any other questions, please don't hesitate to give me an email. One thing that I do just want to remind is that if you have an incoming kindergartner, please help us out and put a name tag on them that first week of school. And if they are attending the Learning Center, it would be helpful if you wrote those days on there. Just as an extra reference point, our youngest learners might not be able to communicate what they're doing. And if there are questions, we want to be able to just double check. I think that helps clarify transportation, especially for our A1 kiddos. I do want to share something about our students that are A2s and that will be learning at home on those off 3 days. And this also applies to our students who are A1s. As we get up and running this first week, your child most likely will not have any assignments on for their online learning. The teachers are going to be working with our kiddos, helping them with their logins and getting logged in here at school. We will send more information home with parents communicating your child's login information and what assignments look like. So please stay tuned for communications from your teacher, but most likely next week, the first week of school, we'll be working with your child here in the building to help get them logged on and learn how to navigate where their assignments are. The final thing that I do want to communicate is that our building does open at 8:45 a.m. and no sooner. Our adult supervision is available at 8:45, so you will see at Car Loop, you will see at our bus doors, and you will see our crossing guards. And we will begin to let students in at 8:45. As we come back to school, please, as students are exiting cars or walking, please have your child have their mask on, and then we will safely get students in from their arrival to their classrooms. We are so excited for school to officially kick off next week. Our website, our Melrose Facebook page, full of information if you have any specific questions. We are really excited. I will send another read aloud this weekend for your child to listen to as we get ready for school, whether your child's first official day of school is Monday or Tuesday. Have a great weekend, Melrose families.